Good evening, students of class 12. I am Dhanu Sareya, continuing with the topic of capacitance of a capacitor. In the previous video, we have derived a equation for the capacitance of a capacitor given by A epsilon naught by D provided the air provided air is between the two plates of a capacitor. Fine. Now, in this video, we shall understand that other than air, if there is a conductor between the plates of a capacitor, what would happen? Or there is a dielectric between the plates of a capacitor, what would happen? Would the capacitance increase or decrease? That is what is our query. Okay. So now, let us understand what we are talking about in this page. Behavior of a conductor and dielectric in external field. First, let us understand the behavior of a conductor and then of a dielectric and compare it and understand it. Let us place a conductor in between the parallel plates of a capacitor. One plate is positively charged, another plate is negatively charged. Definitely, there will be electric field from positive charged plate towards the negatively charged plate. Fine? Okay. Now, in between I have placed a conductor. As soon as I place a conductor in the external electric field, free charge carriers inside the conductor will move, will drift, and they will distribute themselves in such a way that the electric field due to the induced charges opposes the external field. Okay, so what will happen? As soon as I place this conductor in the external electric field denoted by E naught, there will be free charges which will be induced by the external electric field, and these induced free charges will drift, will move, will distribute themselves in such a way that they produce an electric field. So, if at all the external electric field is denoted as E naught, then the induced electric field will be denoted by E in. And as you can see, the directions are opposite, and this process will continue unless a static situation is reached. What is a static situation? Inside or on the surface of the conductor, there is no current. This we have already learnt in the previous video. So, in static situation, when no current is there inside the conductor or on the surface, the E naught will be, that is external electric field, E naught will be equal in magnitude but opposite in direction of the E induced. So finally, we will have the net electric field 0. That is E is equal to 0. Net electric field E is equal to 0 inside the conductor. The other places which we are able to see, electric field will be there as it is. Only the space will be reduced, D will be reduced. This full portion is D as seen in the formula. This from this end to that end, the distance is D. The area of this plate is A. Okay, so air portion is left out. Their electric field is there. But at the portion where the conductor is placed, electric field inside the conductor will be 0. Because of the electric field produced by the induced charges. That is the free electrons. Okay, so EO and E in which is electric field to the induced charges, are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction, so they cancel out, and the net electric field is zero inside the conductor. Fine. So this should be in your mind, that the electric field inside a conductor is zero when placed between the parallel plates of a capacitor. Okay. Now let us compare the same situation by placing a dielectric in between the parallel plates of a capacitor instead of placing a conductor. What will happen? That is what is our query. Now, the free movement of charges is not possible. Reason? A dielectric is an insulator. So, free movement of charges is not possible, but the external field induces a dipole moment within the molecules by two methods. One is stretching, and stretching means pulling. We will learn about this in detail in the very next page of the same video. Keep watching the video till the end. And reorienting. Reorienting means what? Changing the direction of the dipole moment. Reorienting, changing the direction of the dipole moment. Fine. These induced dipole moments will produce an electric field which can be denoted by E induced, which is in a direction opposite to the original electric field or the electric field outside. Okay, so you can see the directions are opposite. Okay, but the situation will never arise that their magnitudes are equal. So E naught, which is the external electric field, E induced, which is the induced electric field, directions will be opposite, but magnitudes not equal. So what will be the result? What will be the result? E naught plus E induced will not be equal to 0. So some electric field will be there inside the dielectric. Fine? Okay? And this electric field which will be there inside the dielectric will be lesser than, will not be equal to 0, and this electric field will be lesser than E naught. The net electric field which we have inside the dielectric will be having a value lesser than E naught. Fine? Okay? So, there will be some electric field which will reduce, which will have a reduced value or lesser value compared to the electric field outside. So, electric field will be there in the dielectric when placed between the plates of a capacitor. Fine. Now, the direction of the electric field is from positive charge of the plate to the negative charge of the plate, and this induced dipole also will be in the direction of the external electric field. Remember that. Okay. So, both induced dipole moment and the electric field direction will be same. These are small points which you have to remember. E vector, P vector, you can say E naught vector, P vector have same direction. Okay, that means dipole will be there, so polarization will happen. We will learn about that also in detail in the next page. So understand that when I place a conductor, the electric field inside is 0. When I place a dielectric, the electric field inside is non-zero. It will be lesser than the external field. Fine? Okay, so I hope you have understood the concept. Take a pic of what we have learned just now. Remember the words which I have written and the points which I have spoken about, so that you can use them whenever required and asked. Fine? In the previous page, we have seen that if we place a dielectric between the parallel plates of a capacitor, inside the dielectric there will be an electric field. How that is possible with non-polar dielectric and polar dielectric, that is what is available or understood in this page. Okay, so we are talking about behavior of non-polar dielectric in external field. Now here I have drawn two examples of non-polar dielectric. One is H2 and another is CO2 molecule. Fine? Okay. Now here this is a dielectric slab which is non-polar. At present the electric field is 0. When electric field is 0, what is the situation of this dielectric slab or portion which is non-polar? The center of the positive and negative charges coincide, and there is no permanent dipole moment. That can be seen here. The center of the positive and the negative charges coincide, so there is no permanent dipole moment. For having a dipole, we should have one positive charge and negative charge. With a separation of 2A, the separation is not there. Both the charges are coinciding, so there is no dipole. Fine. Okay, in the absence of electric field, E is equal to 0. Now, let me place this non-polar dielectric in the external electric field between the two plates of the capacitor. As soon as I place this particular non-polar dielectric in the presence of electric field, what will happen? First, let us see what will happen. The positive and the negative charges will displace in opposite directions. Okay, that is the first thing. Till when this displacement will continue? Displacement of these charges in opposite direction continues till the force due to external field E balances the force due to internal field. which is the restoring force. Which force it is? The restoring force, which is due to the internal field. They balance each other. Till that time, the displacements will continue. And finally, a dipole moment will form, whose direction will be same as the direction of the external field which we have given. Fine? And this dielectric, the dielectric is said to be polarized. Polarized. This dielectric is said to be polarized. What is polarized? That you can see here only negative charges are there at this end, and this end there are only, the other end there are only positive charges. The direction of the electric field, and this is the direction of the dipole. Fine? Okay? So this is what will happen. Fine? Okay? So this type of a dielectric is called as a linear. What is this type of dielectric when it forms? It is called as a linear isotropic dielectric. Fine? Where the dipole moment is proportional to the electric field which we have given. Then this type of dielectric is called as a linear isotropic dielectric. Okay, so initially the center of the positive charge and negative charge coincide. That means they are together. There is no space between them. When there is no electric field and there is no dipole moment and there is no permanent dipole moment. As soon as I place this material of non-polar dielectric in the presence of an external field, the positive and negative charges will start moving away from each other in opposite direction. This displacement will continue till the external force due to this electric field and the internal force due to the internal electric field will balance each other, and finally dipoles are formed with a direction same as that of the electric field which we gave from outside. Fine? Okay? This, like a story, it should flow in your mind. Okay? And such a type of dielectric is called as a linear intrinsic dielectric. Fine? Take a pic of what we have learned. Sorry, linear isotropic dielectric. Take a pic of what we have learned just now and understand the reasoning. Now let us understand the behavior of a polar dielectric in external field. Now I have considered examples of HCl and H2O as polar dielectrics, which you can see here. Now at present, let us say that the electric field is 0. In that case, this polar dielectric slab has its permanent dipole moment. But as you can see, the direction of all these dipole moments here also, you can see the direction of P vector and is this way, direction of P vector is this way. In this case also you can see what is the direction of P from negative charge to the positive charge. You can see the directions of all these dipole moments denoted by P vector is a random in different directions, okay, but the direction is random. Whose direction is random? P arrow's direction is random. Therefore, the net dipole moment P arrow is 0. This happens in the absence of external electric field for a polar dielectric. Now let me place the polar dielectric in the presence of external electric field. As soon as I place the polar dielectric in the presence of external field, the dipole moment or the dipoles will align themselves in the same direction as you can see, and this portion will have all negative charges of the dipole and this portion will have all positive charges of the dipole. So this situation is called as the dielectric is polarized. Okay, so as soon as I place the polar dielectric in the presence of external field, the dipole moments will align themselves in the direction, in same direction as that of the external electric field. Okay, direction is same as you can see. Fine. Same direction both E vector and P vector will have. So the dielectric will or is said to be polarized and will produce its own electric field because of these permanent dipole moments. This type of arrangement happens because of reorientation. What is the meaning of the word orientation? Angle, directions. Okay, reorientation of the dipole moments happen. Right? Okay, so remember all the points one by one in a sequence so that it is easy for you to understand. Fine, I shall move. You take a break, continue watching the video, because in the next page we will talk about the polarization which happened both in non-polar and polar dielectrics. Fine. So now we move to the topic of polarization, uniform polarized dielectric. In the previous pages of this video, we saw that whether a polar or non-polar dielectric, there will be a dipole moment, net dipole moment in the direction of the external electric field, as can be seen here. Whether this dielectric is polar, non-polar, one dipole moment, net dipole moment will be definitely induced inside the dielectric. Fine. Whose direction will be same as the direction of the external field given to the dielectric. Fine. Okay. Now, this net dipole moment per unit volume is called polarization, denoted by capital P. Okay, therefore, and in linear isotropic dielectric, which we already discussed in the previous page, dielectric where polarization is directly proportional to electric field, which is given, we can write polarization, this is capital P, is equal to chi E, which is a constant, chi E into E, where chi E is a constant where chi E is called the electric susceptibility of the given dielectric medium. Fine. And this susceptibility is totally depending upon the material of dielectric. Fine. Okay. Now, because the polarization has happened, there will be a situation. So after this process, there will be a polarization of the dielectric. Fine. So there will be a situation where there will be a portion with all negative charges and there will be a portion of all positive charges opposite to each other. So here we can have a positive sigma p and this side we can have a negative sigma p. Okay, the sigma p is called as induced surface charge density, and this particular dielectric is uniformly polarized, where this side is negative sigma p, that side is positive sigma p. So I hope the whole concept of today's video is understood by you completely without any doubts in it. You have to remember each and every point of every page in the video. It can be asked, so you have to remember it point by point like a story which I have explained. Fine. So take a pic of what I have taught just now.